Hello, everyone. Is Israel, the state of Israel, invincible? Let's see together what the Quran tells us about this question. So, I have actually several videos on this topic. I will put the links down in description. This is a huge prophecy in chapter 17 of the Quran that has already come true. And I have explained it in 2-3 videos for the past 3-4 years. I've been talking about that. And now we are seeing it all over the world and it's happening. It says, we decreed for the children of Israel in the book that you will cause corruption on earth twice. Again, I have another video on this. This is not for now. This is for the past two promises. Now, the third promise says that we are living in it right now. This is their third promise. You know what they say? Third time's the charm. And that's what it is. This is the third time. And Quran has this formula. You see, 2 times, and this is just 1, the last final promise equals 3. Whenever you see Allah using that combination, 2 times and the last one, you see that this is a very important, definite prophecy that is going to happen. And what does it say? It says وَلَتَعَلُنَّ عُلُوًّا كَبِيرًا. It means that you will become definitely, without any doubt, superior, above the law, with huge superiority, hugely above the law. Let's look at the structure of this sentence. In Arabic, whenever you use the lam at the beginning, it says la, the verb is actually ta'alunna, right? But whenever you use that lam at the beginning to make it sound la ta'alunna, that's the lam of emphasis. You're emphasizing it. So it says definitely you will become superior. And then the verb ta'alunna itself emphasizes superiority, and that is the way it's conjugated, and it has a tashdid at the end of it as well. First emphasis is lam at the beginning, the second emphasis is the verb itself, and then it confirms it again for the third time by saying uluwan, and then adds an adjective to it for the fourth time. It says kabira, it means huge, it's great, it's just huge degree. So 4 times in this little sentence, Allah, our creator, the creator of the heavens and the earth, emphasizes the degree of superiority that the Israelites will gain in the end times. This is the time we are living in. I don't think this is complete yet. I think we have a long time to go. This might take 200, 300, 400, 1,000 years. I have no idea. But during this period that Allah has assigned for them, that their creator Yahweh has assigned for them, they will gain huge degree. They will definitely gain. La ta'alunna. La ta'alunna. They will definitely gain huge degree of superiority and being above the law. And when you are superior, when you are above the law, what does that mean? It means you are militarily superior over everyone else. You are technologically superior over everyone else. You are financially superior over everyone else. And you're also politically superior over everyone else. And all of these, we have seen that in the past year. And in the recent event that happened, that they are truly superior. They are in a different level compared to the countries around them. In that neighborhood, they are the strong man, and all the other Muslim nations are all the women. I'm not trying to talk about genders here. I just want you to see how weak the countries in that region are compared to the state of Israel, which is truly superior in all aspects: government, military, finance, technology, politics, and you name it. Now, another time that this structure is used is in verse number 83 of chapter 10, and it's talking about Pharaoh. It says, "Inna Fir'auna la'alin fil arz." Definitely, Pharaoh was superior, was haughty, was above the law in the earth. However, Allah doesn't use that structure that he used for the Israelites in the end time. The only emphasis that it uses is that lam at the beginning. It says la alin fil arz. Whereas when he's talking, when Yahweh is talking about the Israelites at the end time, and let's look at it together, he says Valla, so it's that lam of emphasis. Then the verb it uses again, ta'lunna, with the tashdid at the end, emphasizing these two emphasis right now. Then uluwan, the third emphasis, and then kabira, the fourth emphasis, saying about hugely is much, much stronger, much, much compared to how Pharaoh was to the rest of the world back then. The Israelites become way, way more stronger, way more advanced, way more superior, way more above the law. So my brothers, my sisters, I have been saying this for the past 4 years. I've been making videos about this. People were making fun of me. My first video about the State of Israel, I believe it was in 2020 or 2021. I don't remember correctly. But people were making fun of that video. You are seeing this right now. Israel in Gaza, you're seeing that superiority. It's just like a different level. It's completely different level. And I'm not sure if this is the peak. You have to remember the State of Israel in the Quran, and for a long period of time in the Bible, both in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, has been used as a sign of prophecy. So Allah uses the State of Israel for prophecy to show his will in the world. So no one in this world, I tell you, no country, no nation can stand up to it. That's why all Arabs gathered together 3 times. First time it was all the Arab countries together, they got defeated. Second time got defeated. Third time got defeated. It's just, you can't, because you are not fighting the State of Israel. It's something that you don't understand. You're fighting Yahweh. You're fighting Allah. The will of Allah, because Allah supports that state. That's what he wants. And that's the mistake that current Islamic nations in the Middle East are making, because they don't understand the Quran. They don't understand the word of God. If those who call themselves Muslims followed the Quran 50, 70, 80, 90 years ago, they would not have been fighting this. They would have given up after the first fight, because they would say, oh, this is God's will. This is Allah's will. And Allah is going to make it happen. And Allah has made it happen. What does Quran tell us? Quran tells us that nothing in this world happened, especially when it comes to this government, except by Allah's permission and will. Surah Rum, if you read the beginning of the surah, that's what it teaches us. So how come that you Muslims, you Sunnis, you Shias, you believe everything is the will of God, but you don't believe that the formation of the State of Israel and its current state of superiority is the will of God? You don't believe in that? How come you disbelieve in that? That's the will of God as well. Allah has made it happen. It's in the Quran. It's in your own books. This is not my verse. This is in the Quran. But they have abandoned the Quran. That's the problem. They have abandoned the Quran. They don't listen to it. Because of that, they are fighting Allah and his will, and they are dying day and night. Since 1947, since 1940s, even years before that. How many people have lost their lives in what is known today as Palestine or Israel and Lebanon? Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people have lost their lives. If from the very beginning they would have chosen a different course, a course of collaboration, partnership, working together, welcoming immigrants, maybe things would have been different. I was not there back then. I don't know. But if they knew if they had understood that this is the will of Yahweh, this is the will of Allah, it's in our book, it's in the Quran. If they had known that, if they had believed in that, if they had followed this, all these people would have been alive, and this animosity and these wars would not have happened, these heartbreaking wars. How many people, how many children, how many women have lost their lives on both sides? But they don't understand, they don't believe in the Quran, they believe in those hadiths, in those hearsay, he said, she said, that are from Akbar, the devil, their greatest enemy, that says, oh, go kill the Jews, do this, do that. So when you believe in that kind of nonsense that is from the Satan, this is the outcome, this is the end result of it. People are dying right and left. Anyway, I just wanted you to say that. So yes, now to piggyback on the question that I posed at the beginning, yes, the state of Israel will remain invincible because Allah wants it to be superior for this time. Up until Allah decides otherwise. And that will not happen up until Allah's promised messenger, servant of the covenant comes. The messenger servant who has been prophesied about in the Quran, in the Bible, book of Isaiah, and many other books in the Old Testament. I have several videos on that. I will put the link down there. When Allah's, Yahweh's promised servant, messenger, servant of the covenant comes, he's going to invite the world to believe in our creators. Now, the world will divide into two factions at that point. Those who believe and those who disbelieve. At that point, Yahweh, our God, will intervene. I don't know which country will believe in him and which country won't believe in him. But that's when things might change. But that might not happen for 200 years, 300 years, 500 years. I don't know. Or maybe it might happen tomorrow. I have no idea. That's up to our Creator, up to Allah, up to Yahweh. Up until then, this is the will of Allah. And the people of the region have to learn to live with it. That's the reality. If they don't, many more people will be killed. Many more people, many more lives will be lost for no reason. Peace and blessings to all of you.